ZCK, Moral Uplifting Society. It's a great occasion, and I'm honoured to be here. Paluki Palonja, greetings to you and the Indonesian Republic, Melbourne, Yang Mantaka, local MP, and the Victorian Multicultural Commissioner, Dr. Parnok Mahudin, and so many other distinguished guests. It's an honour to address you tonight about Christmas. Can I say, friends, that my experience of Christmas is somewhat conflicted because there are two Christmases in my life, the religious and the cultural. The one I experience by faith through the stories of the Bible and the worship of my church, and the other experience of Christmas shaped by the customs and traditions of the society of which I'm a part. These two Christmases feed into each other and they don't always agree. You know, when I was a child, Christmas Day was the best day of the year. It was so exciting, so special. I absolutely loved it. And I can still remember the feelings of great anticipation as the day grew closer and the wonderful Easter came when I woke up that morning and got to unpack my Santa stocking and begin opening the presents that had been sitting under the Christmas tree, calling to me for weeks before. In my family, we were allowed to open one present from under the tree before church on Christmas morning because my family always went to church on Christmas morning, whatever day of the week it was. And I would take that present to church with me because I wouldn't want to let go of it. And friends, still for me today, that spirit of Christmas is the bubbling joy of that little child within me. As I have grown older and learned more about the story of Christmas as it is told in the Bible, I have discovered a similar focus on the experience of the child there. The story of Christmas recorded in the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament of the Christian Bible begins like this. In those days, a decree went out from the Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. You see, friends, the story of Christmas begins with the most powerful adult in the biblical world, the Emperor of Rome. Augustus Caesar is worshipped as a god. He has unimaginable power which he uses to send everyone to their hometowns to be registered for taxation and military service. But the story goes on to tell of an insignificant carpenter, Joseph, and his pregnant fiancée, Mary, making their way to the little town of Bethlehem, where she gives birth in an animal shelter because there is no room for her to labour anywhere else. The story of Christmas flips our expectations of the power structures of the world. The Emperor Augustus, who puts everyone in their place, is contrasted with the little child Jesus, for whom there is no place. Thus, for me as a Christian, there is a childlike quality to Christmas. The power of God is expressed in the world, not in the palaces or parliaments of mighty men, but in the life of a humble child. Power in powerlessness, strength in vulnerability. That is the God revealed to me at Christmas time. Friends, when my own children were born, Christmas became a source of mild conflict between my wife and I, because we both had precious memories of Christmas that we wanted to recreate for our own children, but our families of origin did things differently to each other. For example, in my wife's family, the big gifts, the new bike or the trampoline, were brought by Santa, whereas in my family, my parents always owned the responsibility for such bounty. When I became a father, I didn't want Santa taking credit for my own generosity towards my children, while my wife wanted the strange mystery of the old man in red to dazzle our kids as it had her. We eventually reached a workable compromise and created our own family customs by which We nurtured the passionate joy and anticipation of our children. That joy which points to the very presence of God for me as a Christian, the God who meets me in the innocence and delight of the child. Friends, now I am a grandfather. My first precious granddaughter will be 17 months old this Christmas. Now my own daughter has to negotiate the family customs of Christmas with her husband. Good luck to her. And look, it doesn't matter to me what they do, because now I have received the greatest Christmas gift of all, a new child to love. I have within me the love of a grandparent for their grandchild, and what a precious thing that is. Any grandparents here tonight? I'm sure they're a part. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good being a grandparent. I hope your experience of it is as joyful as mine. I no longer need gifts under the Christmas tree to feel the excitement and anticipation and release that I felt as a child, because it comes to me in the gathering of my family and the joy of the children that are being born into it. In the story of Christmas, as told in Luke's Gospel, Mother Mary takes her humble, vulnerable newborn baby Jesus and wraps him in cloth. She swaddles him and lays him down to sleep in the straw of a manger, an animal feeding trough. This is mentioned a number of times in the Gospel. It's clearly important. In the Christian scriptures, swaddling your baby, wrapping them tightly, is connected with the constant care and nurture of a mother. It's a sign of affection and love. It means this child is beloved, deeply loved by his mother and through her by God. And as I think of my own children, and especially right now, my granddaughter, I feel such love within me, like Mary for the newborn baby Jesus. Of course, love is a complicated feeling which brings with it hopes and worries and fears for the future. But here is this little child Jesus, the tightly wrapped, beloved infant in the manger. What achievement has earned him this love? What status? By comparison, with whom does this child deserve to be held so tightly in love? The answer for me as a Christian is nothing and no one. This child is loved, not as one in comparison with others. He is loved as original for the fact of himself. This child is loved before achievement. He has done nothing to earn love, and therefore his eventual achievement will not be the effort to earn favour, but the abundant overflow of his sense of being loved. This child in the manger is loved, not in recognition of his status, nor to confer status upon him. He is no Emperor Augustus. He's no one important at all. Yet, there in the manger, all he has is love. All he has done is receive love. All he is beloved by his parents and by God. Christmas moves me to recognize that the beloved child is the natural condition of human existence. The beloved child is the natural condition of human existence. Something I want to have within me and nurture without. The beloved child full of joy. So friends, that is what Christmas means to me as a Christian and as a minister and as a father and a grandfather, and I hope this Christmas you also might know some of the joy of being loved. Thank you.